Oh, it was just a number of wonderful circumstances. The thing that really brought me to Mame was Anyone Can Whistle, because nobody had ever seen Angela Lansbury on stage singing, dancing, playing a leading role. And they didn't know whether I could do it. Didn't know I could do it. Didn't know I had the capacity or the voice or anything else. And several people saw me, even though there were only 9 performances. And one of those people was Jerry Herman, the composer, who just had an enormous success with Hello, Dolly. And he saw me, and he was one of the few people who saw Anyone Can Whistle. And thank goodness he did, as I say, because when the time came, he and Jerome Lawrence and Robert Lee were writing the musical version of Auntie Mame. It was going to be called, they didn't know it was going to be called Mame. In fact, they were going to call it all sorts of other things, and I said, oh, call it Mame. I said, just call it Mame. So they did. And I sort of feel slightly responsible for them making that decision.
Had Rosalind Russell originated the role?
She had originated it in the theater, certainly. She was Auntie Mame. And many other great actresses had taken it on the road, and everybody knew Auntie Mame. And then they made a movie of it. And she also played the role in the movie. But when it came to the musical, it was offered to her. And she said, no, thank you very much. I don't want to eat yesterday's dinner, or some wonderful remark like that. So she didn't do it. And the search went out to find somebody to play the role. And a lot of actresses were asked, including up till the very last minute, Mary Martin. And Mary was going to play it right up until the end. Then suddenly she bowed out. And Lucille Ball was thought of, I think, at the time, and Southern, all kinds of people. But Jerry Herman wanted me. God bless him. And well, after a lot of shenanigans, I got the part. I had to work hard for it. I had to audition a lot. And thank goodness Josh Logan was the original director, and he really didn't want me for that. And finally he was replaced with another director, and that was Gene Sachs, the director, New York director. And thank goodness Gene said yes. And so off we went, and I was Mame. I was ready for it. It was everything that I had envisioned for myself accomplishing in the musical theater. Because what I haven't told you is that all during the years at MGM, when I was battling along, playing battle axes and so on, I was running in and watching rehearsals, all of the musical rehearsals for the great musical movies that were being made on the lot at that time, with Gene Kelly and Leslie Caron and all those, and I knew all of the musical people involved, and I thought, oh gosh, this is it. This is what I really want to be doing. This is what I'm going to really love to do one day. And I really visualized myself doing it until I did. I found myself up on the stage playing Mame. I think in my gut feeling was, yes, it was going to be okay. The audiences were so overwhelmingly encouraging, and they loved the show. They loved the book of Mame. Mame's a wonderful story about a little boy and his aunt. It's a winner. You can't go far wrong with Mame. However, I had to prove that I could really be the big star, and I'd never done that. Never had that opportunity to really be the star of the show. And it took me quite a while to take stage, to become that character, and to become a star. Not just Angela Lansbury playing the role of Mame, but I had to be this larger-than-life person. And I'd never really done that before. And it took all of those weeks on the road for me to really garner the strength and the understanding and the nous, as my friend Kate Hepburn would say, to take stage, That's a wonderful moment when you decide you're going to do it. You go for it and you do it. It's like running the mile in 4. When I saw my name first, when it was written up over the marquee of the Winter Garden Theater on Broadway, it said Angela Lansbury in Mame, and my name was in the same size as Mame. And that was a day to remember. I mean, that was it. I'd arrived because I was carrying the show, and it was working, and we were sold out. You know, it was very thrilling, very, very exciting.